Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Everspace 2, where I have taken a minute. I spent some time flying around Prescott, I opened a couple of containers, and then I just kind of like hovered outside the dock and watched some GDQ, hoping to give enough time for this shop to refresh. And unfortunately, as you can see, it hasn't. It still has the same signal decoders that it had when we showed up. So I'm not exactly sure what the refresh time or what the refresh trigger is for this, but it's like either this black market dealer is going to provide us with the signal decoders that we need for the last challenge, or we're going to have to spend a bunch of time in that sector just like doing random signals and hoping that a decoder will drop. And I don't particularly love that second idea, so I guess we're just gonna go do more plot and come back here afterward, because like I say, I don't know what it is that that fires this stuff. So to that let's go and do plot. Let's get clear of Prescott here. We never did finish the racetracks, did we? We never got like full credit for that. Actually, you know what? I probably didn't want to do this, did I? There's a bypass. There's a fast travel in there. Where is it that I'm trying to go? I'm trying to go to Nephthys Plains. So yeah, I definitely, oops. I definitely did not want to do that way. We did want to be at Prescott. Shoot. Where'd it go? I lost it. Here. Because yeah, I just want to take the fast travel. Silly me. I'm so used to flying my starship places. So, like, what does everybody else think of the fact that I've left this thing out here? Like, in theory, you know, it's like a small piece of metal and maybe it's hard for them to detect it. But when I actually open the spatial bypass and use it, probably that generates a pretty noticeable burst of energy, right? Like, you would think. I would expect somebody would have discovered this thing by now. Or even that it would have been like taken care of by the automated drones they have running around, because like they probably have like cleanup routines and stuff, right? Designed to prevent like some form of Kepler syndrome from occurring. Or if it's just a small piece of metal with no obvious use, I would imagine it would get auto scrapped. I don't know. We don't need to overthink it. I'm just saying, like, it seems weird that it's just there and nobody notices, especially given, again, the way that the existence of this technology would change like everything about the scientific and economic realities of life in space.
Maybe I was going to ask an insightful and thoughtful question. How could you know?
Come on now.
Are there any instances of Okar and Horak interbreeding? And if so, what are they called? Okak? Horar?
Good grief.
They're trying to do jokes, you know. Maybe today I'm feeling more charitable. I don't know. I guess we're gonna get some story sequences here that are going to test that. So I guess we'll see.
Let's hope Shaw is as open to discussion as Marita Vin was.
Hold on. There is a secret tag here because we must be almost finished with this area. That is presumably under the ground. Is there an entrance nearby? Okay, we don't get a distance indicator on these. There's got to be like a big hole in the hillside somewhere, right? Can I get in where they're drilling? Well, there's definitely There's definitely a chamber down there. That is for sure the thing that the secret tag is on. Is there a way through the center of the drill mechanism, maybe? Okay, yeah. Because I'm just saying, I don't really want to be where the drills are. Y'all using this? I'm just going to borrow this battery. Oh, wait. That's closed. Does this need to be inserted? Hold on. Were you using this? Nope. It just cycles arbitrarily. Okay. Well, let's go fast. Ooh, okay. Alright, it was nice of them to have the battery just sort of on the way to the thing. Okay, mainframe component. Not going to complain about that. Also, free stuff. Who doesn't love free stuff? Huh. That deposit did finish. Like, it's gone from the marker, but it didn't make the noise. I'm so used to the noise. Okay. Free stuff. I mean, mostly that's about the mainframe component, right? So wait, the gap was in the middle of those blades? From down here, it doesn't look so escapable. Hold on, we gotta wait for the door to cycle again, I think. Okay, there we go. It's less scary if you do it really, really fast. Like taking off a band-aid. Or trepanning. Alright. I do miss our basically infinite boost. It's nice to have a boost that feels fast, but also, I guess it's fine because we have the cruise drive most of the time.
Ah, Mr. Roslin. How nice to have you visit us again. I believe this is more than a social call.
You'd be right about that. Need to have a word with you about your boss.
Oscar Blakemore? He has long forgotten that our outpost exists at all. Supplies haven't reached us in eons.
He has been preoccupied with other things, causing quite a bit of trouble with the Okar. Let me fill you in.
No need. We may be cut off from the center of affairs, but we're not completely blind to the events unfolding. I have been picking up bits and pieces from G&B internal communications, and have registered the rising tensions with the Okar. There's quite a degree of nervousness among my colleagues about this. There was also a recent raid on Vesna. I can put two and two together myself. Blakemore is undoubtedly the root of all this trouble. He's the worst thing to have happened to this company. And you are somehow involved.
Yes, I was part of that raid. We failed. Now Blakemore has a fleet commissioner hostage.
This is indeed serious. I'm waiting, Mr. Roslin, for you to get to the point.
I think you might be the voice of reason in all this. You could talk some sense to the miners on Vesna and bring them around.
That would be mutiny. However, Blakemore does need to be removed from his post and Okar assets left intact. There is a moment in every man's life where purpose becomes clear, and you have brought mine to my door. I shan't take much time to reflect on your proposal because it is clearly the right thing to do. What do you need of me?
See, that's what I like about you, Shaw. You're straight up old school. I believe you're the most decent guy in G&B and will want to see things righted. Get together whatever fighting force you can muster and meet me above Vesna. If possible, use those G&B internal comms to tell the miners to down tools and stay out of the fray.
You are a true man of action, Mr. Roslin. I must say, I have developed a real admiration for you.
The admiration is mutual.
Woof. Maybe the worst dialogue exchange that we've heard so far, but whatever. Let's just get out of here. Let's stop and look at the shop and then get out of here. Yeah, I don't really want any of this stuff. I guess I do have a thing that you are interested in. I don't think we need to be accumulating large amounts of money at this point, so I'm not going to bother. Well, Well, I say that, but also, like, what else am I using the cargo space for, right? Fuck it. Let's let's continue to make money. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, that was a lot easier than I anticipated. Ben, how are things at base? All clear. Preparations underway.
And then we're just headed back to Prescott anyway. I mean, it gives us a good opportunity to check the
Shaw on our side.
the
Heading
thing.
to see Kato now. Hey, Adam, I've got fantastic news.
Okay, so I am headed back to Rhodia.
Ice cream related, or is the coalition going to help?
The second thing, not only that, they're even going to send their flagship, a drone carrier.
Wow, Alec, you really are a legend.
Wasn't that a given?
All the pieces are nearly in place. Get ready to rendezvous above Vesna. I still got a call to make.
You got it, buddy.
You know, you can make calls at a distance. Like, we clearly have somehow communication that works flawlessly and delaylessly, even over interstellar distances. Whatever, it's fine. We were going back to Prescott anyway. I will say, though, that I appreciate the way that, like, these conversations do allow you to keep traveling. They should allow you to speed boost. There's absolutely no reason for that to be disabled. But they do allow you to keep, like to leave a node. They don't make you sit at the at a location and not use your jump drive until all the chatter's done. There's no good reason for any of the conversations that we have had in other parts of the game not to have worked this way. This is sweet. Yeah, this is Prescott. Okay. Sometimes you get the wrong tooltip when you mouse over that at a distance because the two locations are right on top of each other. So, okay, yeah, we're going to go call in all of our favors, and then we're going to go have our big climactic battle, and from a story perspective, it's not going to feel
He'll need to see his own advantage in
as
all of
cool and earned as they want it to, but from a gameplay perspective, I bet it's going to be rad.
Any other way?
I'll appeal to his better senses.
Oof. Who's ready? Who's ready for a new worst conversation? It sounds like they're gearing up.
Hi, Marianne. I'd like a word with Mr. Kato on an urgent matter.
You have been expected. Please proceed to the penthouse suite.
Ah, Adam. Say, have you ever tried Gilbert Guppies? They are delicious.
No. I can't say that I have. Actually, I've got bigger fish to fry right now.
Oh yeah? And who would that be?
Oscar Blakemore.
Uh-huh. What about him?
Would I be correct in presuming that opening up a new conflict with the Okar would be bad for your business?
That would be an understatement. But why present hypotheticals?
It would be the most likely outcome if Blakemore carries out his plans.
I always knew that guy was gonna cause big problems. But why would he go provoking any imbalance of the delicate equilibrium in our beloved DMZ?
He wants to claim the region as his own personal fiefdom. He has plans to make it an autonomous entity, under his direction.
Now that really pisses me off. He should know there's only one boss in these parts, and that's me. I know how guys like this operate. I've met enough opportunists in my time. If you give them a finger, they'll take your whole goddamn arm, and keep taking. Listen, I've no reason to distrust you, Adam. You've grown on me. But this sounds like it's even out of my league. I ain't in the position to take on something the scale of G&B.
I've put together an alliance, Kato. G&B needs a change in leadership, and it needs a push to do so. I believe that if you join us, that will give us the strategic and tactical edge we need. We need firepower. We need more fighters.
Wow. And to think the first time you wandered into my penthouse, you were just a nobody with an attitude. I'll tell you what. Let me do my due diligence. I'll ask around about the state of things. And I'll get back to you as soon as I've made a decision.
Don't take long, Kato. If you're not part of this, your name might not be worth much in the future. This is an opportunity. Choose your sides wisely.
Oh, I get you, Adam. I have to say, I'm impressed. And a little unnerved by your methods of persuasion.
Okay. When you continue with this mission, your freedom to explore will be limited until you complete the storyline. Create a manual save game and prepare well. I mean, I guess I sort of prefer this to the diegetic having 6 different characters say some version of, well, I guess there'll be no turning back if we do this. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. Like it's okay to acknowledge that it's a video game. Just have the box pop up. I guess we'll go ahead and do that. Save. They warned us. Okay. So that dialogue was also very bad. It's stuff like Adam just says, hey, we're too small to do this. We need more fighters. And this guy's like, wow. And to think the first time you wandered into my penthouse, you were just a nobody with an attitude. That's the dynamic that's still playing out. The whole point here is that I'm still a nobody with an attitude. Maybe more so than before in a lot of ways. Also, Kato's voice actor is really bizarre. He's just like throwing emphasis onto every second word. Just random nouns, just like, and to think the first time you wandered into my penthouse. It's like he heard a Shakespearean actor one time and he listened to the way they were delivering the iambic pentameter and he was like, okay, that's what acting is, huh? This is what I want. I want the shop. Do you want any of my stuff? No, I'll take all of your stuff though. Why? Because why not? That's why. And then before we really go anywhere, we're going to go and check out the black market dock.
I'm trying my best to not take personal offense that you have not yet approached me to join your alliance.
Pango, you already
See
know
if
that.
Ellen Pango knows how to use the phone.
I know more than I am comfortable with. I cannot sit idly by.
Huh. I wasn't so sure where you'd stand on the matter.
It is my fault for not being clearer about my position. A resumption of warfare with the Okar would not be in my or anybody's interest.
This doesn't necessarily involve the Bovis.
I am first and foremost a free citizen of the Beltagrades, and express my solidarity as such. I might be of technical assistance to your coming engagement.
I bet anything you could contribute, Pango, will prove invaluable.
Expect to hear from me. I will be in the background, plunging for intel, pulling strings.
Okay, everybody.
You could let me shop while this is happening.
Gather in orbit above Vesna Mining Colony. Once we've arrived, there's no turning back. Let's do this thing.
The Coalition is right behind you.
We shall proceed immediately.
See you there.
The righteous...
Yes, I know who all the people are. We just spoke to each of them. We don't... Okay. Jesus Christ. Also, Adam's making all kinds of threats that just don't make any goddamn sense against Kato. He's like, hey, if you don't participate in this, your name might not be worth much afterward. Like, by what mechanism, motherfucker? How could you possibly... Like, people will still need there to be a starbase. It just doesn't make any sense, and you would think that an organized crime boss of all people would be good at recognizing the power dynamic. Like, that's kind of their main skill. Alright. The shop, I guess, has changed because there are fewer signal decoders, but none of them are any good anyway. So, let's just hop out here. Back to... It does feel a little silly to, like, make you come back to... make you come back to Cedo and then make you go to Prescott so that you can come back to Cedo. Like, and it's not even different locations, right? It's just go to Vesna, then leave Vesna to go to a nearby place, then come back to Vesna. This absolutely could have been an email, right? But they want to give you lots of time to admire how good the dialogue is. I bet the space battle's going to be good. We're headed toward probably a pretty fun and cool looking space battle. And I'm excited. I know there are other things going on in my voice, but but also this is true. So I don't remember exactly where we're intercepting Blakemore. Does the fight happen? I guess it doesn't matter. What I was gonna say is the fight gonna happen in the Keon sector? Because if it is, maybe we'll get lucky and get a signal decoder. But I don't think so. Wait, hold on. Why is this taking me to Union Bridge? Aren't we supposed to be going to Vesna? Oh yeah, Vesna, not Nephthys. Dummy. Okay, yeah, that's on me. I feel silly, and that's also the complaint. Also, the complaint is bad. Okay, so I need to go back to Rhodia and take the hyperspace bypass, subspace emissary, whatever, to a different place. That does make the stop off at Prescott very slightly less silly. It's still silly, like it still should be the case that we just go to Vesta and make the phone call from there, but if this guy's as bad at his job of being a crime boss as he would have to be for that conversation to go the way it goes, then he's also probably not, he's not going to have the wherewithal to be like, hey, don't call me about crime over the phone. He definitely takes incoming calls. Okay, to Vesna, the other mining colony. But first, apparently I'm quite close to some minerals. Hooray, free iron! I consider this a good omen. It's like a metaphor for warfare, right? The Iron Age. Listen, I don't have to explain my omens to you. They can make sense to me as much or as little as I want. This is how omen reading works. My augur told me.
Damn, a welcoming committee. Looks like Marie DeVint got here first.
There's no way we could have concealed an operation this big. Hey, she's taking a hell of a lot of fire.
Marie, how are you holding up?
Receiving a bit of a brutal beating, to be honest. I brought them out of their nest for you, at least.
Everyone, spread out and draw some of that heat off the Duchess.
Okay, so see, I was asking, hey, where's the battle gonna happen? Because I didn't imagine we were telling everybody to show up to the site of the battle. I thought we were gonna gather somewhere and go to the site together, because that's the way you do a thing like this.
So, your uncle sent you in his place?
Yep, said a little battle experience would put some hair on my chest.
Good man, Daryl. I'm certain it will.
Adam, you're a weird creep and you hang out with a lot of weird creeps. We could upload malware to do that stuff again, I suppose. But what if instead of that I just killed every single one of them so we never had to worry about this garbage again? How many pilots do you think they got? Even if the malware is bricking the ships, right? A ship is one thing. Pilot is somewhat more difficult to replace. Except in Adam Roslin's case.
Shall be vindicated by posterity.
To echo our Okar friend's sentiment, we are doing the right thing, and I believe we shall succeed.
I'm just gonna keep the turret on cooldown, like every time it's available, we fire it.
Sounds like all you guys have the right spirit.
I'm sorry, my lad. The Duchess can't take another hit. I gotta retreat or my trading days are over.
I understand, Marie.
Because I'm dead is the why.
Yeah, I gotta bail too.
No chance, Daryl. Marie had nothing to gain from this fight. You do. You're staying.
Or what?
Or I tell Kato.
Jeez, alright.
Love a good wine. Always good dialogue to include. I will say, I did like the sort of the moment of uh-oh when the Duchess leaves. And all of a sudden you hear the sound of like 17 ships locking onto you in quick succession.
Blake most certainly has their absolute devotion.
Any idea how he could have achieved that?
There is speculation that they've each been offered a personal slice of the DMZ.
Okay.
It would seem that they couldn't withstand the temptation and lost all moral direction.
We did it. We defeated their orbital defenses.
That was
Quick roll call. How's everybody
sudden
doing?
and easy and weird.
All good, buddy. Right behind you.
That was freaking awesome!
I feel a sense of exhilaration at the coming culmination of events. Haven't seen a battle this big in a long time. Brings back memories.
Well, it ain't over. We can't wait any longer for the Coalition. Prepare
This is a
for
high
descent.
five.
Not sure what we'll be facing down there yet.
Their orbital defenses gave up very, very suddenly and strangely. I was having a good time killing everybody, and nobody was really shooting at me, which makes it really easy. Perhaps the easiest kind of battle to participate in.
You've made it through the blockade, but our base defenses will end your little adventure.
Give up, Blakemore. It's over.
My carrier might be grounded, but it will be operational very soon. And in the meantime, we've been busy preparing for your return.
Damn. They set off all the fireworks at once.
The Coalition is here to assist.
Ming Yun, right on time. And just the firepower we need.
See? I told ya!
Deploying drones against surface installations.
Tareen, Ghost, Alec, join me in securing the area around the control tower. Everyone else, support the Coalition in their quadrant.
That line about the fireworks all at once is a weird thing to say before the shooting has even started. Like, you want to say that when there's a bunch of light in the sky, right?
I can't help but notice something's missing from the scene. The Commissioner's cruiser?
Huh, yeah. Means they must have cracked the codes for commandeering it. Worrying, but we got more immediate problems right now.
That's a big laser. All right, okay, I see it. Yep, I understand what you're saying. Let's maybe keep it a little bit lower to the ground here for a second, shall we? Ow. Okay. Alright, we're alright. I'm going to try to keep a portion of the facility between me and the big gun at any given time until we figure out how to burn these things down a little bit more effectively.
Like Twinkies. Is there any kind of strategy to this action?
Like toy
Tango,
thieves?
any progress getting through the blocks on their internal comms?
I need to cycle through the codes to find a way.
Big laser
in.
down.
This takes time.
Let's prioritize
I'll let
these.
you know once I'm in.
This like crummy blue blaster that I built actually I think might be our best overall weapon, and I'm a little surprised by that. Okay. I think that's all of the really bad stuff. And then a lot of it's just these really crummy fighters. Yeah, their base defenses were never much of a threat, aside from the big lasers.
We could use some help here. We are losing too many units.
Hang on tight. We'll be right there.
Feels a little unlikely given how easy these guys are to take out, but I don't know. I guess we are supposed to be, you know, an unbelievable combat god, so the fact that it's ridiculously easy for us doesn't necessarily mean it should be going that way for everybody. Oh, okay, we're still like hot here. All right. You guys, it helps if you shoot the guns. That would be my advice to you.
Boxes were left just for us, Hive.
Forgotten cargo which never reached its true destination.
This thing has a very, very poor turn speed. Alright, a missile or whatever. Who cares? Wow, this turret's very explosion shielded.
I found the override for the internal comms. Officer Shaw can speak to the base crew directly now.
Shaw, this is your moment.
Well, don't take control away from me while it's happening.
Miners of Vesna, this is First Class Officer Shaw. I am speaking to you as a colleague and a friend. Blakemore has led a deception on you, and is threatening to destroy our fragile peace with the Oka. I have come with an alliance of selfless DMZ citizens to remove Blakemore from his post. I am appealing to you to cease combat operations and assist us in occupying the base. I offer my personal assurance that there will be no repercussions against you for any prior actions.
It's working. Some of the fighters are turning away. Shaw, your voice of reason is what they needed to hear. It was your authority that cracked it. Can we get word through to keep the commissioners safe?
I'm presently in dialogue with a group of foremen, and this has already been conveyed.
Enough of this! Damn it. Any ideas how we can disable that thing? We need to act fast.
I have an idea. Let's all be stationary and talk about it very slowly.
I'll mark the locations of power units you need to knock out. That should buy us some time so we can enter the control room and shut off the turret from inside.
Thanks, Tammy. I'll do that.
This is so much worse of a way
Okay.
to introduce this thing.
Only move in between sniper shots. Tareen,
whatever.
get ready and wait for my signal. As soon as the turret is disabled, land on the platform close to the tower and infiltrate the control room.
You can count on me, Adam.
It's not even really that scary.
On to the next one.
Ow, damn it.
You and your associates are finished. Roslin is already on his way to the comet. It will be blasted into 1,000,000 pieces across its course, creating a sparkling field of iridium for the plucking.
How is he? The Commissioner's cruiser.
Precisely. It left long before you arrived, brimming with mining torpedoes.
Scrap. We need to act fast.
Come on, come on, come on. See, like, this is cool. The gameplay stuff's good. Just stop stopping it for talking. Don't tell me this stuff is happening. Just have it happen, and have the way that I know it's happening be because I'm present and it's occurring. You know, like the game is it almost feels like the people who design these scenarios and like put together the final product are just like, well, we were concerned they might be having too much fun actually playing the game, so we wanted to just like break that up with some dumb garbage where all the characters behave in ways that don't make sense and you get the worst dialogue in science fiction history. Oh, it was your authority that convinced them to stop fighting, not the fact that I was trivially murdering everyone who stands against me.
That was the last one. It worked! Tareen, prepare to infiltrate the tower. I got you covered.
I'm here, I'm covering, somehow.
We secured the control room. No signs of Blakemore. The rat must have left the sinking ship. We could turn off the turret now, or use it to our advantage. Hive, do you register any life forms on the carrier?
The carrier appears to be unmanned.
Ben, concentrate fire on the carrier. This will be the last nail in the coffin for Blakemore. With pleasure.
Hive's definitely lying, right?
Huge spike in electrical activity under the control tower. I'll go check it out. Looks like a pimped out Tetra miner. He's gonna weaponize one of the damn things. I'm trapped in here with it.
I'm glad we've had this opportunity for a little intimate discussion, just you and me.
Blakemore, you're desperate. You should know when you've lost. Surrender now and you'll get a fair trial.
Oh, I still hold the future of the DMZ in my hands, Roslyn. You are a mere interruption. I'm grateful for this chance to wipe you from existence. With you dead, I can resume my original plan.
You've lost
Again, with the just sitting still and talking to each other like we're having a face-to-face in-person conversation. Just stop stopping. Stop pulling
Can't disable the shield.
control away from the player. Just like...
Don't worry, Ben. I got this.
Whatever you do is ultimately futile. The comet will be mine.
Not on my watch, Blakemore.
You think I'm gonna stop just because everything I do is futile?
Everything at your disposal.
Come on, I'm a millennial. This shit is my bread and butter. Oh, bad time for weapon energy to run out.
Missiles were deployed.
Hear that, Blakemore? It's the end of the road for you and your schemes.
Why would I stop shooting? For what reason?
I will be remembered. When the dust of war is settled on a new constellation of dispersed viridium fields, they will name it after me.
The dust? Grammatically,
Mr.
okay,
Roslin,
whatever.
I have briefed Fleet Command and they have given the authorization to eliminate Blakemore with absolute prejudice.
I don't care. I'm not part of your army, and also I kill people for a living. It's kind of my whole thing.
The DMZ has an opportunity to attain order and profitability, and you threaten it all.
Your schemes are
I'm like webbed in place, but also it kind of like it doesn't really matter, so I'm not bothering to eliminate the source of it. Because what is going on with Blakemore's ship? Why is it just like wiggling back and forth? Don't shoot at me. What are you doing? This is not a compelling final encounter.
Adam, you read me? Ben, what is it?
Yeah, you people never stop talking. I can fucking hear you.
In the hangar, presumably from your clone. It still has that weird wormhole tech installed. So we could follow the trajectory and catch up with him in the Commissioner's cruiser. Exactly. Good thinking, Ben. Make the preparations. I'll join you as soon as I settle this score.
Ooh, free iron.
Let's see
Oh, that was
how you
Qui-Gon.
deal with
Even
this.
better. Enough with the web drones. Okay, that's cool. That's a compelling weapon. I should probably be flagging these. All right. Yep. Don't go into the orbital zones. Sure. I played an MMO before. Where are your shields being generated from? Okay, good. Out of here, off the other side of the zone. Let's see, maybe I just gotta lure him into one of them. Is he following me? Is that how this works? I wasn't close enough to get all the Qui-Gon for free.
There are bombs that take longer to charge. Perhaps we can use them to our advantage.
Yeah, I'm mining right now. Do you mind? Okay. So be over here. Just try to like... There's no reason that he would ever, right, like walk into one of these. Maybe if I fly over him, I can get the targeting systems to aim at him a little bit. If what they really, if it really is the case that what they want me to do is lure him into his own his own satellite fire. I just can't see, like, from a make sense of it in universe perspective, I can't see why he would ever walk into the shots where he knows the shots are. Like, he can see them on the ground. But I think that may be what they want us to do. I need them to occur close enough to him. Yeah, see, if they're all going to occur, like, way in the distance like that, with the speed this thing moves at, we need a little closer. So if we're hovering on him, it doesn't really seem like they... Yeah, it doesn't really seem like they occur based on where I am. They just kind of occur at random. His position sort of seems random, too.
I might be out of my depth here.
Oh, wait. No, okay, here's one. What if I could pull him across this? Nope. It's really frustrating because, like, he's deeply incompetent. He doesn't have much of a chance of killing us. But I just have to, like, hang in this battle and get him to walk across a thing. He's definitely... It really is hard to tell. He seems to be walking lateral to me most of the time, so I don't think he's following me. Try not to get hit with these. Okay, maybe it's I need to, like, hover above him and grab the bombs as they come out. Can I actually grab the bombs? Maybe. Oh, I think I got close enough to that one for a second. Okay, so I had to put the bombs on him.
Work so near culmination. It ain't worth scrap when it's built on deceit, Blakemore.
What? What are you talking? Okay. Adam Roslin, enemy of liars. Is this what the game is about? Is this what the whole thing has been? It's just that Adam Roslin doesn't like it when people tell lies. These are not the moral stakes, you know? Like... Try again with the next one here. When we get overheated, it's actually very annoying to try to track small objects in the environment when everything is painted red. Come on. Some of them really do take forever to go off. Okay, can we please stop?
Development on the wormhole front? Affirmative. We're in business. I'm already in the air in the elite vessel and ready to open a wormhole to within the vicinity of the cruiser so we can head it off. Only problem being that I can open a passage for just 2 craft. Mine and yours, I suppose.
Oh yeah. Good guess on which 2 craft it should be.
Come on, there's not a moment to lose.
You know, our weapons don't really use ammunition. The shooting is free. I don't know why we wouldn't, like, just go 2 or 3 seconds of full fire on everything into Blakemore's little habitat pod there, just to be sure, right? Like,
where are we? Ethon system, pretty far out. There's the comet, Eshahar. Protecting that sacred rock is what this was all about. I'm getting a reading on the cruiser.
Not lying, it turns out.
It's dead ahead. I'm registering several more objects ahead of it, moving at high velocity. Damn it, mining torpedoes. It's already fired them off. There's no way we'll catch those torpedoes. We'll need to board the craft to abort them. Any chance of reasoning with this guy? You should know him better than anyone else.
I suppose I should try. Hey, I know you can hear me, so listen up. Blakemore is dead, but I guess you already know that. I know there's part of me in you. If I can care about the fate of the DMZ and its inhabitants, I know you can too. You have nothing to gain from blasting the comet. Nobody does. Oh, I hear you, but I don't care. The DMZ's future has been set. Come on, this is crazy.
Sure, you might be right, but I'm ontologically evil.
Oh, I'm to believe you. There's still a chance of redemption. Please. Ben, let's disable those thrusters. We have to slow down the cruiser so I can dock.
Roger.
He's trying to escape. We can't let him get away. Hive, can you overclock the engines again?
As you wish. Overclocking engines. Disabling devices.
I never imagined it would come down to this. Just us two Roslin clones remaining. Of course it had to. The cosmos is cruel. You're free from Blakemore now. There's no need to be so fatalistic. This is the only path remaining. The DMZ needs to change, and I'm going to be the one to alter the face of this cursed place.
Man, that cruiser's shields are way too strong. My weapons hardly do any damage.
We're sort of getting there.
We can't give up now. Ben, I think he's out of his senses. Not sure reasoning is gonna work.
He sounds more than a little derailed, all right.
He took a massive hit from an asteroid. Shields are down. This is our chance.
This is as fast as I can drive, by the way, in case it was not clear. Hey, we're picking away at him. We're getting there. So am I able to influence the asteroids at all? Like, we want him to get hit by asteroids to break his shields down. I don't know how much influence I have over this, unfortunately.
Another asteroid hit. Let's deal some heavy damage.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing pretty well. I'm trying to be blasters on him and flat cannons for the missiles. And I'm mostly remembering to switch. Classic circle weave to avoid all of the incoming fire.
We're doing good. Keep at it. Shields are down again. Thrusters down. Prepare for boarding. Okay, I'm going in. I need to reach the bridge to abort the torpedoes.
Right behind you. You know he's gonna try to stop us.
I'm counting on it.
I should absolutely have just fired my my booster device. Cut right through the center of the ship.
He's barricaded himself in.
Didn't get these upgrades for nothing.
Cover me.
Okay, on 3, 2, 1.
Boy, it's a good thing my combat clone can't fight for shit.
Needs his DNA scan. Ben, no!
Ironic that you'd be the cause of my downfall. You were the only one I showed mercy to.
Missiles will reach their target in 2 minutes.
What do you gain by destroying the comet now? I'd rather leave behind chaos than nothing. You chose the wrong side. I should never have given you the chance. You know, I saw something of myself in you. Now that just makes me laugh. Ben.
Missiles will reach their target in 1 minute.
Don't do this! Stop the missiles and we can both walk out of this alive! Oh, we're long past that. Life is short enough, haven't you learned? Or have you been spoiled with too many chances? This is our last ride. The end of the Rosslyn line.
Missiles aborted.
Damn you. Was it worth dying for? Saving a bunch of jerks who'll never even know? You tell me.
Hey, that's the first thing they've done where I was like, hey, this is a thing worth showing me a bunch of static images for.
You're finally awake. How are you feeling?
A bit sore, but fine. What's this doing here? Some token of the Commissioner's appreciation?
She was quite happy with how things turned out.
Tell me she's been good on her word.
Oh yes, like a fairy godmother. The fleet won't touch us now, and the borders are open. We can go or stay. Our lives are ours again.
You know, for someone who's experienced death I don't know how many times, I really thought that was the end of the line.
Yes,
okay. All right.
About that, Adam. There is something you should know.
Just say it.
You took several hits to most of your vital parts. We had to use donor organs to keep you alive. It was very fortunate that there was a matching donor nearby. Otherwise, your body may have rejected the new parts. Do you understand what I'm saying, Adam?
Can't say I failed to see the irony. I suppose I should be thankful to be one again.
Ah, they've come to see you.
What irony? What do you think the word irony means? It's not like, unless he... Okay, no, never mind. I'm not going to try to engage with it. There's no point in trying to engage with it. I just... Ugh. Why would you have... Okay. If your game is a game about flying spaceships, and when I say about, I mean like, you know, in the sense that the actual story of any game is what the player is doing, right? It's the mechanics. No matter how much like writing and garbage you wrap around the gameplay is what the game is about. If your game is about flying spaceships and doing space dogfighting stuff, you can't have the climactic moment of your plot be a thing that happens at person scale in a cinematic while the player is just sitting there really bored, and have also none of it make sense with the established facts of your universe. And it's just... I don't understand why people do this. And it's like I'm trying to put this in a single succinct package so that I can say it and then stop talking about it. That's why I'm pausing for a moment here. It just doesn't... It feels like there's a bunch of people who worked on this game who were sort of like forced is a strong word for it, but who were driven into creating a sequel to Everspace that plays the way that Everspace plays, because that was the thing they already had. You know, those were the skills they'd already acquired and everything. Basically, like, that was the cheapest option. That was the path of lowest resistance to, let's get another video game out so that people can buy it so that we can keep getting income. But it really, really, really does not feel like any, like, I guess I can't say any, but it feels like a bunch of the people, especially the people at the top, did not want to make this kind of game. And so they tried to wrap a different thing around it and make you watch the thing they were actually interested in, and then go back to playing the game that they were sort of bored by. And I just think that's crummy. It feels bad in execution. It feels bad to, like, every time things are getting a little bit interesting, to have you pulled out and forced to watch, like, this stuff that sucks. And I mean, obviously forced is strong. We could have skipped all the cinematics. And I probably would have skipped more stuff if I were playing this alone. But, you know, for Let's Play purposes, I feel like you gotta watch everything, right? I've said several times that it feels like there were people on this project who were doing one thing and people on the project who were doing another thing, and they weren't communicating. Like, they really weren't communicating. But I think, taking the project as a whole, everything we've seen in here, what I'm saying is, I think that it seems like more than that now. It seems like there are people working very much at cross purposes, and I don't know if that's because some of them were behind one concept and some of them were behind another, or if just, like, the exigencies of capitalism, how do we get a thing finished within time, within budget, so that we can have income while we have to make the thing that we already know how to make, if that was the source of the friction. But, like, I don't know. It's just, there's so much stuff in here that hates the other stuff that's in here, and I think that's responsible for a lot of the bad. We're gonna skip past the rest of this. I think it's responsible for how bad a lot of it feels. And the thing is, if you just lift out almost everything that isn't the actual gameplay, I think it's fine. You don't need any of the story garbage. You can get thin justification for go to place and do thing that is fun, because you don't need a lot of justification for go to place and do thing that is fun. Player wants to do thing that is fun.
And with Shaw in charge of
Okay, you two, shut up. We are done with dialogue. The player wants to do the stuff that is fun, right? So why not just get out of the way? Anyway, R for quick repair, X for quick restock. They want to send us out and have us do the spatial bypass. There's more stuff to do with those rifts. We saw one rift during the storyline, and then it never came up again, and more to the point, it was never mentioned again, and none of us were like, hey, wait a second. The thing that just happened kind of defies all scientific explanation and maybe is the most important thing that's going on right now. But I guess we're going to get to it now. And we are. We're not done with this game. In fact, my suspicion is we are entering into a golden era where I just get to play the video game and they stop showing us their shitty cartoon. So this is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. If you are an aspiring game developer in the audience, please learn something from this. Just fucking make your game about the thing that it's about, and if you want your game to be about something else, then make a game that's about that thing. Don't try to do both at the same time. When you come back next time, we are going to be playing a game that is hopefully about the thing that it is about much more thoroughly and directly, and I'm excited. And we'll see you then.